Welcome back everyone to a brand new episode. Today we will talk about why happiness is a lie and why chasing it might make you feel unfulfilled, because you need to understand that happiness is an emotional state, it is temporary, and it's never gonna last, okay? It cannot be the ultimate goal. It's not sustainable in long terms because there's so many emotions. It's a range of emotions. Chasing happiness is gonna make you take actions that might not propel you forward towards your goal, towards anything you want to achieve, because you're more prone to act in a way that is the easier path and it's not the path for growth. Now, you need to truly see what is gonna make you feel fulfilled. And for us personally, it's to find a purpose, find a goal, find a dream, something that you're gonna be chasing, okay? And like we said in the other podcast, you can go watch them, but find a goal, find daily actions, small wins, etc. And the byproduct of that is going to be happiness, because you're working on yourself, you're accomplishing big things in your life, you're getting those wins, and it's the momentum, and it's a byproduct. And happiness is actually a byproduct of that, basically.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, I would like to start with something that I read. Because I was working on this podcast, right? And I was searching about philosophy for the specific podcast. And I found a philosopher that I was reading in the past it's Epicure.
Yeah.
And one of his main things that he, I guess, write down about is about happiness. And what he said was Epicure saw happiness as the absence of suffering. And what I think is funny about that, it's that it's explicitly the contrary of what we are actually seeking in our life.
Yep.
And so I decided to read
Challenge.
more and challenge kind of Epicure in some type of way, right?
Yep.
And I think that's one of the most important and important thing about happiness to me is happiness comes from growth.
Absolutely.
And to my eyes, because I am as an individual, actually I'll relate and I'll start again for me. I've never been this happy in my life.
Yep.
And why is that? It's because I've never worked so much on myself.
Absolutely.
And I've never spent that much time close to the things that makes me grow.
Yep.
And so by the end of, well, not by the end, just because I'm actually working towards those things, I feel happy.
Absolutely.
Because I'm growing every day and every week and every month and every year.
And I can compare it as well. I am sorry to cut you off, but I just
first.
thought about this. I can compare it as well to the upward spiral, because I can relate so much to you. I've never been this happy in my life. And like I said, it's a byproduct of something deeper. The thing that is deeper for us, it's our goals.
Yeah.
And those goals make us feel fulfilled. And the fact that we chase growth and we take actions that are good for us. Because the fact that we see the progress in our daily lives, we feel better about yourself. And it's something that I want to come by, like the short-term gratifications.
Yeah.
Those actions that are the short-term gratifications, often they are only getting you into the downward spiral.
Yeah.
Because delayed gratification actions are what is gonna make you better. For example, reading. You're not really happy to read unless you really enjoy it, like I do. But for most people, I don't think they really enjoy it. With TikTok as well, the TikTok brain, it's kind of hard to focus a long time. But if you decide, you have the choice, okay, between watching a Netflix series or going to read. Well, instant gratification. It's quick. It's gonna make you feel happy right now. So
also, it's less work.
Exactly, it's less work. You're comfortable. Like we said, it comes back to the comfort zone as well. But that's the big but. But when you read, like right now, like we say, I feel the happiest because I know I'm learning. I'm getting better. I'm getting closer to my goal. I'm getting closer to something way deeper than just an emotional state that I cannot sustain. So that's why I needed to just cut you off real quick, because I needed to at that point.
I mean, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And actually, I'll bring back my phone. There's something else that Epicure wrote down, and
when you look for that on your phone, I'm just gonna add on that often people mix up pleasure with happiness. Pleasure is something that fades super quickly, okay? And when you look for pleasure, well, it's the same principle as instant gratifications. You're gonna get that dopamine.
I mean, I found what I was looking for. He said Epicure believed that chasing material wealth and luxury leads to unnecessary desires, emotional dependence, and ultimately suffering. And also, what he meant by the defined happiness as a state of tranquility, free from anxiety and unnecessary desires. What I don't like about this definition is that as we are two people seeking for excellence, right? I think we are both standing on the ground where one of our dreams is to make a lot from our life, right? And by just having the strict minimum to be happy from his definition or point of view, if you might say it like that, well, you can seek more than what the general people try to understand. And also, the thing is, you won't strive for more once you'll achieve like the amount of money that you need to buy the food for
living, just
living
surviving,
and feeling comfortable, right? And what I don't like about this is, because I want to reach and preach excellence as a human being, well, to my eyes, if I preach excellence, then I need to reach those moments where I feel stress and anxious about things that makes me grow, because there's certain type of stress that you don't want to live, right? Let's say perhaps having
chronic stress disorder.
Or just someone that died in your family, right? Those are type of stress that you don't want to feel, and it's normal. Because they won't make you grow.
No, those are like the exceptions to the rule.
Exactly.
The
other end.
The extreme scale.
Exactly. But for the rest of it, the other stress, like one of what I'm living currently, right, with this podcast, it's speaking in English. Well, I'm stressed of speaking in English because I know I have a French accent, and I misspell some word and my verbs or whatever terminology also. And so I'm stressed to speaking in front of you guys in English. But by doing those things every Friday or whatever in the weekend that we do the podcast, well, it makes me grow and become a better human being. And by that stand product, I feel happy and proud. Well, I feel happy because I'm proud of myself that I'm currently working on myself.
Exactly. And another point about chasing happiness, I know you covered it a bit, but it's the avoid of struggle and discomfort like we're talking about. But we are kind of programmed to think that like pain is the opposite of happiness in a way. Like we're
misconceptions.
Exactly. But you need to realize that those hardships that comes in your life is necessary for growth. So the fact why are you never growing is because you are staying in your comfort zone, which in your mind is equals to happiness.
Definitely.
That's a big point. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, it's the same with a lot of other subjects. I mean, I'll need to take my phone again out. I'm so sorry, but I wrote down a couple of paradoxes that are or misconception in our society as of right now, right? Like happiness, like you just said, happiness isn't always good. Chasing it blindly can lead to emptiness. Or stress isn't always bad, because if you're conscious about stress, then you can turn it into growth.
Exactly.
Or fragility isn't a weakness, because fragility is what makes perfection possible. You can grow from something fragile because you know the weakness that you need to
work on.
Exactly. And fragility is equal also to failure, because failure makes you grow if you see it that way also.
Absolutely.
So that's what I don't like about happiness. It's exactly what you just said. People see happiness as a zone of comfort, and not going out of their way to work on something bigger.
And the comfort zone, it actually kills ambition.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you don't want to get out of it. It's like we said I don't know, we have so many podcasts, but we said pretty much in every podcast, the more you stay in your comfort zone, then the less you're growing.
Yeah.
Because if you seek discomfort, you create a new comfort with your life. So if I can come back like pretty much to happiness, that is why you cannot chase it. Basically, you need to chase something else. And like we said, we've never felt more happy in our lives because we're chasing something deeper, something that we know is gonna bring us to our end goal. You know?
I mean, the end goal isn't just what make us happy also.
No, it's the process behind
exactly, and that's another point from Epicure.
Yeah.
Because Epicure, what he meant by not wanting to have a life full of excitement and luxury is because he thought in the past that luxury equals to emotions.
Yep.
And so if you have so much emotion about, let's say, having $1 million in your bank account, if you lose that 1 million, then you'll feel a lot of bad emotion about it in a negative way.
Yep.
And because of that, you don't want luxury in your life. You want a simple life.
Yeah, but it's the same.
It's a wrong way to think about it.
Absolutely.
Because it's not about the end goal. It's about, like I said in the other podcast, it's about your own race, own lane, own path, own time.
Yeah.
You're currently working on those things where those moments make you grow and then achieve that dream. Let's say it's the million, but the million isn't worth what you think it was at the beginning of the race.
Absolutely. It's for example, like it's an easy example that anyone can understand, but when you buy a car, okay?
Yeah.
Well, you feel excited, you feel happy for maybe a week.
Yeah.
But then after that, you just come back to your normal state and your life is just back to normal. So you can never, that's what you were talking about, I believe, but about the end goal, you cannot live with expectations because they're going to completely destroy you. You need to focus on the present moment right now. Like you need to be happy with the process, basically, with what you are becoming. And the fact is, for example, you said if you achieve $1 million and then you lose it, you're going to feel completely destroyed. You're right. But it's the fact that it's the person that you built to get there.
Exactly.
Is going to be able to make the $1 million back like this.
Exactly. It's about the story, not the end of the story, right?
Exactly.
Because you're still writing down your own chapter of life.
Yeah.
The book isn't finished until you die.
Absolutely not.
So, I mean, there's going to be people watching you, and once you lose that $1 million, they will feel like you just lost everything.
Yeah.
When actually you just lost fucking paper.
Like,
and that's
the
about
value. The value is you.
Exactly.
Like, it's the competencies that you have. And I would argue, I would actually argue this. The more competencies that you have as a human being it's directly correlated to your success. The more competencies you have as a human is directly correlated to your success, and that's a big one. Because like for example, I was having that discussion, I believe with my father, whatever. I was talking about a businessman, for example. I said to him, like, you will not be able to live through his life because he had to become an excellent stress manager. He has to have the knowledge, the competencies in all realms that made that person that has the abilities to run that $1 billion business. You cannot think that you are able to do that right now. Like, so that's why I feel so happy and proud of myself, that of the human that I'm becoming. That's what is driving me forward. The progress that I see each day, and that's why I'm asking the question every day, what can I do right now that can make my life a little bit better? It can be anything, just good actions, not bad, you know that, but that's the nuance as well, like my life better. Because you can just decide to do nothing and just watch a Netflix series, and that would be dopamine and in
Well, it won't make your life better.
exactly. So that's why you need to really think a bit deeply, but take good actions, and that's what is going to make you truly fulfilled and happy.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's also the reason why we've started this podcast.
Yeah.
We wanted to program ourselves
Yeah.
to think that way. Also to help you guys to understand that consciousness is the beginning of everything.
Absolutely.
Once you're conscious, and I know I'm saying it in every podcast, but it's because it's so important.
Absolutely.
Once you're conscious and you have the second one with the perception,
Yeah.
then you can work on the path that you want.
Yeah.
Once you can work on the path that you want, then you can choose the dreams. Then when you have your dreams, you can write down the goals. And because you're conscious of choosing the path, then you know the right goals that you need to achieve to have your dreams. And after that, you'll know how to manage your stress.
Yeah.
And once you'll manage the stress, then you'll feel proud of yourself because you're actually growing. And that's why we're speaking of happiness today, because happiness is a misconception.
Yeah.
Happiness comes from growth.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's now, you know, like we said to you guys, it's kind of hard to put our thoughts in English and to be able to speak them well. But now that we're a bit into it, I can get my thoughts more clearly. But that's what basically I wanted to say is happiness cannot be the end goal, what you're chasing for. You need to chase for something deeper. And that's, for example, what I can give right now is, you talked about creating that podcast. We want to help others. And when we see the positive comments that we receive, you know, into our entourage or anything, we know the value we can give you, and we know how you can gain that information and better your life. Well, that makes us happy.
Definitely.
And it
makes us feel
exactly
proud.
Yeah, we're not chasing the happiness, that emotional state, like I said before, that is not temporary at all. We're just chasing something else, something that is deeper, something that we are passionate about, and that, you know, knowing that we can change people's lives with the things that we're saying is what is making us happy.
Exactly, yeah.
Chasing my goal every day, knowing I'm getting better, seeing the impact I can have on the people around myself because I'm working on myself, that is what makes me happy.
Definitely.
It's never something you want to chase. You cannot chase it. You cannot chase to be angry. You cannot chase to be joyful all the time. It's unrealistic. That's why you need to find a purpose and a meaning with your life. What do you want to accomplish, and what is going to make you truly feel proud of yourself? Pretty much.
Yeah, you're completely right. And also, once you'll have start to work towards those space of joy because of you feel proud, etc. Right? Well, a byproduct of that is super weird. What I mean by that is, if I ever feel like I need to go back to a zone of comfort, I will feel uncomfortable to go back to the old zone of comfort.
You don't even understand how much
because
it's true.
you feel like you're actually not working as much as you should be working on.
It's the worst place to be honest.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like, I'm just gonna give the example. When I felt sick, like 2, 3, 4 weeks ago, I don't remember, but I felt like absolute dog shit not doing anything. It was the worst thing I've ever done. I was sitting on the couch, not being able to move at all. It's not the fact that I was sick that, you know, I'm sick, it's normal, it happens. But it's the fact that I know I couldn't do what I really wanted to do.
Exactly.
Like those actions, and I just want to add on the fact of the momentum we always talked about. You know, we're not superhumans. It was hard to gain back that momentum, but I decided to start slowly, like one actions after another, and eventually it compounded. And now I'm more productive than I was before because I just added those things. And the momentum gained over my life, and I'm even happier than before. Every day I'm feeling happy. It's not because I'm chasing it, it's because I'm chasing something else. That's what we want you guys to understand. don't chase directly it because it can lead to a lot of stuff that is not good for you. And for example, social media, okay? You always see, we're gonna come back for a second to the drink doping episode, but you often see, social media, you see that perfect life, no struggle, just happiness.
Yeah.
And you compare yourself to that. You think that's realistic, but it's not. You don't see those struggles. Those person, I can tell you, everyone has struggles. It's normal. It's part of life.
Yeah, and you showed me a definition earlier. Comparison is a thief of joy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
You
what
only
is social media?
Yeah.
It's exactly that point.
It's only comparison.
Exactly.
So you can never, that's super important. You can never, you said it before, but you can never compare yourself to others because we have all our own race. It's all different for everybody. Everybody learns at a different rhythm. Everybody thinks differently. So you need to focus on what you can do better today. Like Kaizen.
Definitely, yeah.
1% better every day.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we focus on a day-to-day basis, and that brought us happiness.
It's the small win, man.
Yeah, the
small wins equals proudness, and
Just-
then proudness feels, we feel joyful from that.
Yeah, and just journaling as well.
Yeah.
Journaling brings me happiness because I can put my thoughts on paper, and the fact that I'm checking those small wins. I don't know why, but it's maybe dopamine. I don't really know. But when I finish like a small task that I had to do, just checking it, satisfying. But it brings me joy just to know that I'm okay, 1% better. Now what can I do next?
Definitely.
And just find anything to make you better.
Yeah. I mean, also you just said it really clearly. You need to check those things.
Yeah.
In your journal. It's the right way to do it because it makes you feel
Gratitude, grateful.
Grateful, I guess.
Yeah.
Grateful for yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what makes journaling so beautiful. It's because you write down your goals that you need to work on.
Yeah.
When you clear them, check them, and then you feel proud. So you feel happy.
And I just thought about that actually. I haven't even written in my notes, but the more structure you have in your life, in a way you're gonna have a more clear path ahead towards your goal. You're gonna know what you have to do, and that indirectly is gonna bring you happiness.
I mean, yeah.
To have a life that is more structured and to be organized with what you want to do. To add on small habits. The habits as well are super important.
I mean, organization kills stress.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And stress is like not happy in a way and just normal mind. I don't want to say normal mind, but like in the most majority of people, if you're stressed, you're feeling unhappy. But if you change your perspective and realize that stress is making you grow and making you better, then you're gonna feel happy and proud of yourself because you're overcoming those challenges. It's the fact that those challenges are hard, that they give meaning to it, and you remember it, and you take those lessons and you get better from them. So the more impactful the event in your life, well, the more lessons you're gonna remember.
Definitely.
Basically.
Yeah, and the more you work, the more comfort that you're gonna feel about actually trying more because you'll have that momentum behind you.
Yeah, that momentum is so
It's
powerful.
It's a key to success.
Yeah.
And you don't want to have people that kills your momentum also in your life.
No.
Because it kind of kills if it kills your momentum, indirectly it's gonna kill your growth. And when it kills your growth, you'll feel
joy.
It's gonna kill your proudness for yourself.
Yeah.
When it kills your proudness for yourself, then it kills your joy.
It's all a math equation, basically.
I mean, yeah, kinda. It's
you can
all
make
related.
links with everything, pretty much.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, it's especially why we developed the podcast that way.
Yeah.
It's because they are all in correlation from
each
the
other.
beginning
Yeah.
to the start.
So that's why we always come back to some episodes, because you can have links with pretty much anything.
I mean, it's important.
Yeah.
We bring in the first one consciousness, and the more that we do podcasts, we can bring all the past subjects to this new one and explain why the past one were so important to begin with.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a better way to explain it, simpler and simplify it for the people, right?
Yeah, but I think pretty much in summary of what we can say about, chasing happiness, why it's not helping you move forward, okay? Well, it's because it's an emotional state. It's an emotion like anything else. You need to find something deeper. I know we're repeating ourselves, but in summary, that's pretty much it. You need to find something deeper, and that something deeper, what we found for us is proudness, something
fulfillment.
Fulfillment, exactly. Something something that goes deeper than just an emotion, and that proudness is the actions, the small wins that we take on a day-to-day basis, and the fact the more that we do, the more happiness we feel in our lives, because we are growing, we are getting better, we are seeing the impact on the people around us. Maybe they want to achieve more with their lives, or they're just impressed by the wisdom that we acquire on this journey. Well, that brings us joy, because we know the people that are around us might get better involuntarily just by talking with us. The conversations that we have, the knowledge that we acquire is making people better. In a sense, that's the same thing with what we're doing with this podcast. We're trying to help as many people as possible change their lives and achieve their goals, and that brings us happiness.
Definitely.
So happiness is never the end goal. You cannot put it in like, oh, my goal is to be happy all the time. Well, guess what? You might go into that downward spiral, because the actions that you might take if you chase happiness might not be the best ones for you. You're gonna stay in your comfort zone, and the fact that you stay,
I'm so sorry, but that's what I was trying to say earlier. The comfort zone.
Yeah.
What I don't like about comfort zone is if you have ambitions, it's gonna become a stress, and if you don't know how to, simply play with stress, you'll feel anxious.
Absolutely.
And I wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Comfort zone doesn't bring happiness.
Nope.
It brings instant gratification, because you feel like the rush of dopamine quickly on your phone. But after you scroll for an hour on your
feel
phone,
more like shit than
exactly.
before. Yeah.
It's kind of like eating junk food. You feel happy once you start eating, but after that, you feel like shit, because your body wants to reject all of those things.
And it's what I was saying, that you're always chasing the next high.
Exactly.
Like, for example, when you buy a car, like I said it before, but it's the same thing. Like if you're always chasing the next high, then okay, you're gonna get that high, that joy, but your life didn't change at all. And it's the fact that we can see in real time our life changing, our lives evolving, our knowledge,
and actually quickly that we thought it would. Really.
Yeah, and it's just the conversations that we're having. It's impressive. Like maybe not, we're talking in a podcast, but I mean in real life, the conversations that we're having between us. It's impressive, the progress that we've made, and the informations that appear in front of our eyes, because we're widening our perspective. Because we gain knowledge, we can see deeper.
Yeah, we see new reality.
We see new realities, absolutely. And that's why you need to chase growth, basically. You need to get out of your comfort zone. It's the most important thing. Get out of your comfort zone and chase things that are meaningful.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that. Honestly, there is not much more we could talk about. We would just rumble and rumble.
Yeah, I think we would rumble around, but that's pretty much it. It's never going to be the end goal.
Exactly.
It's a byproduct of all the actions you take on a day-to-day basis.
Exactly,
that's what truly happiness is. And you're gonna understand what we're seeing if you decide to take the actions in your life, and you're gonna comment, and you're gonna say you were right.
And actions comes in everything that you need to work towards.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the food, it's your body, it's the gym, it's anything that you're actually striving for.
Yeah, you just made me think about that. Just think about how happy you would be with the perfect physique. For example, if you chase, you're going to the gym like 5-6 times a week, whatever, and you're chasing a goal, something, and you finally achieve that goal, just understand the happiness that you would get from it. Yeah. Seeing you every day shredded, or I don't know, whatever, but the fact that you can achieve your goal is going to bring you happiness, but it's more with that all those efforts that you put on a day-to-day basis, all those wins that you've accumulated, all those hardships that you've conquered is what is going to make you fulfilled and happy.
Yeah, I mean, they all meant something.
It's the journey.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. think that's
exactly
pretty
that.
much, that's
That's a
pretty
wrap.
much it. Yeah, happiness is a lie, basically.